today's video might be a short video, but I have some exciting news, rumors, and changes coming to Universal Orlando. Let's get to it. In addition to a general park update, I've got stuff specific for Harry Potter and Halloween Horror Nights. But first, we'll start with some bad news. Prime parking has gone up to $50. So, just another reason to get that annual pass, I would say. The increase in parking may bum you out, but here is something to maybe make you feel a little better. At least the construction walls are down here at the new Universal Studios store. And I must say, it's looking quite spiffy. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty large store. It's going to be pretty big in there. Hopefully they'll have some new areas for Super Nintendo stuff. We do not have a date as far as when this new store will open or what other features it may offer other than the merchandise. I am on record hoping for some Super Nintendo stuff, but maybe who knows what they'll have in here. But the outside of the building and City Walk itself looking a lot better without the construction walls up. Back to the parking rates just for a moment. I do want to remind you, general parking is $26. Prime parking is now $50, and then after 6 p.m. it's free parking. But of course, you can always have an annual pass that comes with free parking. Mine has free parking and free valet. Whenever they bring back valet, that is. But now it is time to go inside and talk about some of these exciting news, rumors, and changes. Like I said earlier, this video will include some general stuff, but some stuff specific to Harry Potter and Halloween Horror Nights. We'll talk about the Harry Potter stuff when we get inside of Diagon Alley. Of course, I picked the slowest line. I say they just need to have a line dedicated to pass holders year round. Here in the New York area of the park, gone is Ben & Jerry's. Its replacement, Häagen-Dazs. But the question is, did any of you realize it was Ben & Jerry's to begin with? Well, if you didn't, now you know it's been changed over to Häagen-Dazs. Just to give you a better perspective as to where it's located, there's Louis. And then we have the Irish store right here, and then right across from the Irish store, here's your Häagen-Dazs ice cream. Let's go inside and take a look. So, pretty basic ice cream shop inside. Not a lot of seating, I might add. And your selections, your basic ice creams and frozen yogurts. I will note, there is no banana though. Very disappointing. I will admit, I kind of preferred Ben & Jerry's. You let me know in the comments below. Are you happy it switched over to Häagen-Dazs, or would you have preferred Ben & Jerry's stayed here? And now into Diagon Alley to discuss the news and the changes to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter that should make most of the Potterheads really, really happy. So for the past couple weeks, every time I've been in the Wizarding World, I've been asking about the seasonal hot butterbeer and when is it going away? I finally have the answer, and the answer is never. In past years, typically the end of March would be the time frame when they removed the hot butterbeer from the menu. That's why I've been asking for the last couple of weeks. But the last time I asked, it was a team member in Hogshead. They informed me that it will now be a permanent menu item. So for those of you who never get the chance to visit during hot butterbeer season, guess what? It's here all the time now. Another thing to note, at least this week, this is a busy week, it's Easter week. The Ollivander's Wand Show has not been standby. They've moved it back to appointment only. They tried it earlier in the week and it was up to a 4-hour wait standby, so back to the appointment system. So it is important to note, the week leading up to Easter, always a busy, busy week. No amount of magic can solve that. Well, I was going to head into the Fear Factor Stadium, which is a U-Rest zone now, but it's closed. But it does provide the perfect segue, as I was going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. You know why? Because the U-Rest zone is currently closed for training. And the word on the street, the training being done in there is in fact for Halloween Horror Nights. But that's not the news I wanted to share with you. So I guess we'll have to turn this little HHN segment into a walk and talk. This little walk and talk will not deal with the houses. I know there is a speculation map out. I am saving that for a future video. Hopefully in a week or so I'll have that out. But today's just some news. It's actual news. Universal HHN is now taking submissions for scare actors, and the submission deadline is for April 11th. And right now I think this is just internal. So this was an internal message to team members who may want to try out to be a scare actor. They have until April 11th to submit that. And if or when they open this up to the general public, I will let you know. But for now, only team members are trying out for HHN. Yowza! MIB is a 60-minute wait with no single rider line, and I bet you express passes have sold out for the park today. Almost to the end. We're not quite there yet. I have two things to discuss at Islands of Adventure, but I want to remind you to click that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. Look at this. I did not know Scooby and the gang had Mardi Gras outfits. So cute. Here's a little tip when ordering at Mails. Grab yourself an outside table. That way you don't have to wait in this line. Just grab your table, put in your table number into the app. Save you some time. That's if you can find an outside table. These are the standby lines just to get into the theme parks. This way leads to Universal Studios, and the other way here is the standby line to get into Islands of Adventure. Obviously the parks are at capacity. This is the signage. This is where I go to re-enter. I can do that. And also, if you're staying at a hotel, they have a hotel specific entry. So right here, this is where they check your ticket to verify that you've been into a park today. Now, I can make my way over to the bioscans and actually get into the park. And now our adventure can begin, though it's not really an adventure, just a couple things to share with you in here. Yeah, if you like low wait times and low crowds, Easter week is not the week for you. Here is something I learned today when I was over at the Fear Factor Stadium, and I learned that they were using that for HHN training. I asked about this building, and the guy told me, you know, sometimes they will use it for employee training, but that's about it. But I get questions all the time. What is this building? What is it for? Are they going to do anything with it? Sometimes they train employees here. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, right that way is Marvel Superhero Island. Then we have this amphitheater right here before we enter Toon Lagoon. It used to be home to like a dirt bike show and some weird things throughout the past, but currently sits unused unless they're doing some training in it. As far as the future plans for it, I don't think they have any. They're real busy with this thing called Epic Universe. Scream, splash, laugh. An interesting small change to this. There used to be a little Easter egg, if you will, in the form of a Barbasol can. If you know the first movie, you know about the Barbasol can. Well, it used to be here, hidden in the ride, just as you entered the building. To your left, after you almost got hit by the raptor cage, to your left was a little control room that had the Barbasol. Last time I was on this ride, the can wasn't there. Like, do they just move that can of Barbasol, that shaving cream around from time to time, or what? I don't know. So here's the deal, or the rumor, I should say, that I have with the VelociCoaster. You guys know they have been testing it a lot, even with people, but the people that are kind of riding it right now are people assigned to work at the VelociCoaster. It's part of their training. So we're all anxious for a grand opening or a soft opening, but here's what I've surmised. It could be another 4 to 6 weeks before they open it up to just team members. So we know a soft opening will not happen until after all the team members are allowed to ride or get the opportunity. So there you go. Even though it looks like it's going to be opening pretty soon, still not another 4 to 6 weeks before every team member is allowed. We'll see how that pans out. We'll see how right or wrong I am, but I'm guessing a month to a month and a half before it opens up to every team member. Well, there you go, guys. Some news, rumors, and changes. You know what? If you take one thing away from this video, it should be try not to visit during Easter week. So crowded. And as always,